What is up, everybody? Mr. Apertis here. Welcome to my video today on utilizing your Google Drive, which is a little bit different than the videos that you're used to seeing me doing on global history. So I just want to show you a couple tricks, techniques. I know some of you might already be using your Google Drive. Some of you might have really no idea how to use it. So I'll try and cover a couple things that whether you're really familiar with it, you can use, or whether you have never really even touched your Google Drive, things that you can use. So first place you want to start is at your Google home screen. So obviously google.com. So you're going to start here. And what I want you to do is you're going to go up here to this little 9-box area, click on your Google apps, and down here you should be able to find your Google Drive. This is going to take you to your Google Drive. So if you click on this, it's going to redirect you into your Google Drive. Now, a couple things here. If you have multiple Gmail accounts, so if you have your West Hampton Beach account, but you also have a Gmail account, and maybe you have another Gmail account on top of that, you need to go in here and make sure you're in your correct one. I would suggest for this to make sure you're in your West Hampton Beach account. Anything you do school related, really just keep in there so you have access to it. If you have a bunch of files that you need when you're done at West Hampton Beach, you can always transfer them over to your personal account, but this will keep it nice and neat, everything in your West Hampton Beach. So I'm signed into my West Hampton Beach account. I want to show you a couple kind of tricks and tips. So first of all, if I have a lot of things going on here, if you want to create a folder, so for example, you want to create a folder for Global History 2, you're going to go up here to New, you're going to create new folder. So when you go in here, you can name your folder whatever you want. So in this case, Global History 2, and you can create, and it's going to pop up right here at the top for you. When you get this file, I would suggest creating a file for each one of your classes so you have access to everything in here. After you get your file here, or in your folder, there's a couple things you can do with this. One, you can change the color of it. I would suggest doing this just to help you kind of if you're a visual person especially, just to keep track of what everything is, where it is, what you need to do. So you can change the color here to any of the color palettes they have listed. You can add a star. So if there are, for example, if you have a class that is maybe a little more important that you want to catch your eye or catch your attention, you can add a star here. So the star will pop up, so kind of catch your attention. I have a star for my AP World class and my Global 2 class, just so it draws my attention to that. Also, you can share your folder with somebody. If you go down here to a shareable link, you can actually, it'll come up and it'll give you the link if you want to share this with somebody. You can also, if you'd like, in my Global 2 came down here, you can share it with an individual person. So if I wanted to share this with Miss Egan, for example, I can type in Miss Egan and share the entire folder. Everything that's in my Global 2 folder, I can share with someone else. If you want a couple other things you can check out here. Number one is inside your folder. So let's say you're in your Global History 2 folder and you want to actually create a document for something. Let's say you're working on a DBQ essay or thematic essay. You go in here and type in Google Doc, go in New Google Doc. So you're going to open this up. And as you go into Google Doc, obviously, hopefully you're familiar with this and how to use this. But first thing, let's say it's DBQ, Nazi policies. And as you do this and you start typing in blah, 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 when you come back over here into your folder, your Nazi policies is going to pop up here. And from here, you have the same kind of options. You can share this with somebody. You can get a link to share it with somebody. You can star this if you want to rename it. But it is now in this folder. My suggestion as well for you is within each folder, create more folders just to keep yourself organized, especially if you're the type of student who has trouble organizing and finding things easily. So create a new folder. Maybe you call the folder World War II and you put all of your World War II stuff in here. And after you create this World War II folder, you can slide this document just right in and it'll pop into the World War II folder. All right. So this is kind of some of the basic stuff. There's also a couple things over here. These are documents that have been shared with you. So if you click on this, these are all documents that have been shared with me. So you can see different documents that have been shared with myself. You can see recent documents. These are documents that you've recently opened or checked out or been working on. So if you're working on something and you're not sure where it went, but you worked on it yesterday and you worked on it in Google Drive, you can just click on the recent and it'll show you your most recent things that you've worked on. So here is that DBQ I just typed on Nazi policies. It's right here, 805, modified by me. Also, you have Google Photos here. So anything that you've saved through your Google Photos, you have a lot of storage in here. Also, if you accidentally trash something and you want to bring it back, it's in here. So if I want to bring back this Google search that I did, I can bring it back into my drive. So lots of different functions here. One last thing I just want to point out, which is really important, probably the biggest positive of using Google Drive is that everything automatically gets saved. So this that I just did, even though I didn't have to, I don't have to click save up here to save it like you would in Pages or Word. So it's very easy, nice and neat. Everything's saved automatically. So that's my update. As always, any questions, any comments, please let me know. Thanks. Have